I'm gonna see. This is always my favorite part of the live is when. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. My favorite part of the live is like the very beginning where it's like so amateur. But I was gonna go to my YouTube account and then see if I can.
If we're actually live.
See if we're live and see how it looks.
Okay.
So I'm going to sign out. And I'm going to sign back in under another account. I don't know. I'll see if I'll sign out and try it. Hold on. Hello, everyone, if you're watching. All one of you. We're dealing with new technology, but it's the holiday season, so like I'm gonna chalk it up to the fact that I'm gonna be drinking this week.
I think we're gonna need some alcohol to get through the week.
Oh God! All right. Oh, I can see. Yep, we're live. We're live, pal. Oh, there's like that awful echo going on right now.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. Hi. This is the very, very exhausting, very, very exhausting, crazy edition of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I'm the Athletic Geek, and I'm joined by my friend from New Jersey, the Lunatic Bay, via computer. Hopefully this is working. And, we're, Jedi is busy with family obligations for Thanksgiving, so we're going to have a very, very, casual edition of this here, program, because, well, it's, yeah. So, it's just been that kind of a week, and, I wonder if there's any way I could turn the volume. Yeah, I can turn the volume up on this too. Easy. It's been that kind of week in wrestling where, there's just nothing really to talk about except, complaining. And,
Yeah.
Oh God, that's even louder. That's going to be awesome. The only thing that I can't figure out to do, because I have not used a computer in, like, forever, is how to actually look at the chat going on. I have not used... Oh, there it is. Hi, Eric. Eric's here.
Enough beer for the show?
I got 3. Is it enough? I don't know, but we'll just have to go from there.
It's not enough for Survivor Series.
Well, let me get I mean, it's been amateur hour in this first part, but let me get the intro done at least. This is the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. Myself, anybody who sits in this chair with me, which, she'll sit via satellite today in this chair. We love wrestling. We love talking about wrestling. We love discussing wrestling with you, the fans. However, we're not insiders, so we try to avoid insider terms. Because at the end of the day, we're just two marks. And we're very, very angry marks because fucking Survivor Series was a shit show.
I just got your message on Monday morning. We're roasting Survivor Series.
Yes.
This week. That's it.
Yes, we are. We'll get to Eric's question real quick. WWE. I'd say I don't know if on your end you can still talk and then go to the live. Yeah. Eric says 2 questions this week. WWE forced to do reshuffle. Who top family hurt? Who's the next face of the division for both male and female? There is. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay the women's division at all, but without Becky, I'm not saying it's a bad division, but it's weak, and don't come after me for saying this, but if it's not Becky, The women don't need to, women don't need, there shouldn't be a women's main event for WrestleMania if it's not Becky Lynch. There's no other woman that could carry that, in my opinion.
No way.
On
the best woman on the roster.
As far as the face of the men, well, the face of the men need to be the SmackDown division. You know, you got Bryan, you got AJ. That needs to be the face right there. So, you know.
Or Rollins on Raw.
Rollins on Raw, yeah. Bayley and Banks should be higher regarded now. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. I like Sasha Banks a lot. She is a great wrestler, and what she was able to do and bring to the main roster for women's wrestling is amazing. I just don't get, I'm not on the hype train that everybody else is with Sasha Banks.
I'm not on that hype train either.
Like, I have friends, they're saying, like, she needs to main event with Becky, and I'm like, that would be the equivalent of Roderick Strong main eventing WrestleMania to me. As for every bunch of, or Dolph Ziggler, as much as I love him in the ring, no. So, yeah. But Survivor Series.
Have you had enough alcohol for this part of the show? Now you're ready.
Now I'm ready. Holy shitballs! What the fuck was that shit?
Exactly what you said. It was shit.
It was just. Look, I'm kind of a little less angry about it now than that I was, Monday when it happened, because now I'm kind of feeling like, okay, maybe there's a story being told here. Maybe the arrogance and corruption of Shane McMahon, is going to lead to, like, hey, this is why your brand was embarrassed, because you're being an idiot right now. But
Shane is the best wrestler in the world.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to finish this beer. After you mention that again.
Yes, the show was that bad. Yes, the show was beer.
You know what's funny is I'm drinking on this, and then the name of my gaming videos are called Drinking and Gaming, so either people are going to find me very entertaining, or they're going to think, hey, this alcoholic has his own YouTube channel.
And we'll have to have your intervention on video.
Mm-hmm. You can't be this mad. You're pissed. No, I was,
You were pissed on me.
I was more pissed about Crown Jewel, and, it wasn't even political about Crown. Like, everybody else was pissed politically. That's just not my bag on this show.
Bad show.
The thing that just got me about Crown Jewel was just the Shane McMahon thing, and then Brock. Yummy. That's just what got me about Crown Jewel, was just like, there was a lot of people that got more butthurt about Brock Lesnar than I did. They were, saying like how disrespectful that was to Roman Reigns and everything like that. And, like, I didn't think that at all. I just kind of thought, we've had like weeks of tragedy. A feel-good moment would have been nice for Crown Jewel, and they chose not to give it. And that's what angered me about Crown Jewel. To me, Survivor Series, it was just basically the Vince McMahon way of saying, hey, but SmackDown, it is the peon show. It is the B show. Don't watch this. This is where all the vanilla midgets go to do little vanilla midget stuff, and all the fat virgins just want to, watch it and say and talk about how good the wrestling is, where all the cool, awesome people watch Monday Night Raw and like people like Brock Lesnar. Like, that's what Survivor Series felt like to me. It was kind of the in-your-face way of saying, SmackDown sucks.
Yeah.
And
I thought SmackDown would get one. Well, actually, they did win the tag match of the pre-show, but it wasn't counted.
Yeah.
For some reason. I don't know what happened there, but all that Raw looked 1-0. 3-0.
Um,
I think Xavier Woods even tweeting about it, saying, yes, we did win a match.
right.
I don't get the booking, writing, whatever was going on there.
Yeah, writing.
I think Vince is losing his mind a little bit.
I think I've said this several weeks ago with Jedi. I said WWE is not a wrestling show, or at least Raw. The show that's the almighty and the most important and has all the brand name, and even from the story perspective is the undisputed king that nothing is better than. It's not wrestling for wrestling fans. If you're a wrestling fan, that's not for you. To me, it's almost like, and I'm not trying to disparage my, it's almost kind of like how I feel sometimes about Marvel comic books. They're not comic books for comic fans. They're comic books for somebody who wants a statement to be made. And the comic stuff in it may not be good, but they're getting their statement. Which, you know, that's good, that's bad, that's in between. You know, I read comics for good stories, I don't care what the branding is. But a lot of Marvel is more so like, you know, do you want to have essentially the shit posting on the internet in comic book form? And that's why I'm not really as big of a...
Raw is for the casual fans, not the smart.
And that's what... Well, and that's what Vince McMahon wants. He wants casual fans. He doesn't want people like you and me. He doesn't want the all-in crowd. He wants ones that are going to go, all right, that big guy kicks some fucking ass. And that's it.
People to love the big sweaty men as much as he does.
Well, and I, you know, at my real job, which you'll never know about, on at least on this broadcast, at my real job, like my coworkers that like wrestling, they like Raw because they don't want to see AJ Styles do flippy shit. He's small. He sucks. They want to see Brock Lesnar kick somebody's ass. They want to see Braun Strowman throw something around. They want to see that's what they want to see. They don't want to see good wrestling.
Brock never showed up. They're not going to see any of that on Raw now.
Yeah, but they'll be excited about it when he shows up. You know, they are the epitome of the casual fan. Watch Jake the Snake on Joe. Really, Joe Rogan didn't just bash the shit out of Jake the Snake because anytime he gets something to do with wrestling, he just talks shit on it because he's Joe Rogan.
That's why I ignore him.
I don't. Yeah, there's Joe Rogan, Bill Maher, all those people. I just don't care about.
Yeah, just ignoring all of Bill Maher's comments about Stanley.
Yeah, he can go fuck himself.
Yep.
This is gonna be like the most casual, I don't give a fuck geek you will ever see.
It'll probably be calmer than our Facebook conversation.
Oh yeah, and our yearly or daily, I guess I should say, freak outs of, oh my god, MSG's gonna suck.
Where's the Elite going?
Oh no, they're gonna go, you know, and speaking of the Elite, segue. Shout out to
let's
WrestleTalk.
talk about that instead of Survivor Series.
What up, Ray? How you been, man? Rogan addressed his wrestling hate on his stand-up. Well, I don't like his stand-up, so if you want to elaborate a little more detail to save me from having to sit through however long of bad jokes, I'd appreciate it.
If you want a bad joke, just watch Raw.
Yeah. Except for the Dean Ambrose interview with fucking the Shield vest and shit.
Do we have to talk about that terrible comment he made about Roman? Because that was awful.
That was awful, but I'm not condoning it, don't get me wrong. I have a gut feeling that, and again, if I were in the situation, I wouldn't be doing it. You can probably hear my dog, you know, getting mad, you know, being pissed off. He's an attention whore and he's mad. I think that, I don't think Dean would have said it had there not been I think he would have gotten Roman's blessing. I think that Roman would have said to him, like, hey, if you said this, people are going to hate you.
And that's his job right now, is to get everybody to hate him, but there's a better way to go about it than to...
Oh, I agree. This thing on... I see you, Ray. What's up, man? Woo. He says he actually loves wrestling. What's CJ's?
What?
I'm reading the comments in the chat.
Oh, I can't get to it.
Oh, I'm like so tired. I've like went Black Friday shopping and filmed comic show and all that jazz. It's been it's just been one of those days.
Black Friday shopping from my phone, sitting on my couch, not getting shot at the mall.
Well, then this is good. Someone who hasn't had the alcohol has just gone off the rails. Oh, that's if you're easily offended, don't watch this show, I guess. But I guess the big news, and we'll just finally talk this before we forget, on this very, very casual and potentially drunken episode of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. The owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars has decided to file copyrights and patents on AEW All Elite Wrestling, and names of potential shows he's got trademarked, and further speculation that this is where the Elite will be going.
Double or Nothing was one.
Yeah.
There's a Tuesday night show, just came to the title off the top of my head. I read this at 6 o'clock in the morning and I had just woken up and I was excited because...
And it was 5 o'clock when you messaged me?
Yeah. They're not going to WWE. This is great news.
And then we realized, oh shit!
They might not do the Garden.
They may not do the Garden, and it might still suck.
It'll suck, but they won't be at WrestleMania the next night, so...
But my fear is, if they're not at the Garden, Ring of Honor does not have the talent roster to put on a show worthy of that weekend. They don't. No. Just straight up honest.
Guys, as we talked about, they don't take the US shows seriously.
Yeah. So if there's no Elite there, then if you're going to Madison Square Garden, hey, guess what? You're gonna see a good, not great show. The great show's going to be at the Barclays Center with NXT, which always delivers at a takeover.
Unlike the main roster.
Yeah. But I'm worried about me.
I am worried about Madison Square Garden. I am hoping Ring of Honor New Japan can work out a deal with the guys. Say, look, just come do this one show for us.
Yeah, I hope so too, but it's just kind of... I mean, and I'm not knocking the talent roster in Ring of Honor. Jay Lethal is great, Flip Gordon is great, Dalton Castle is great. But none of those can compete with the Undisputed Era. None of them can compete with Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa.
The only group that can compete with the Undisputed Era is the Elite.
Yeah. Now, and with the New Japan guys who don't take... Yeah, I think they're out by then. Cody's even said he's not going to be there. So yeah. I could very well be selling my ticket and going to the Barclays Center. Who knows? I don't want to, but I don't want to go to Madison Square Garden to see an average Ring of Honor show that I could go see, like I saw in January when I went to the TV taping. Like, oh, yeah, it was fun. And that was about the end of it, when I know history will be made at TakeOver. But we'll see what happens.
I'm still going to the Garden. I have my tickets. I'm supporting Ring of Honor New Japan here.
I support them, but I mean, I'm also a wrestling fan, and if it's... If the main event is going to be Dalton Castle and Colt Cabana, as much as I love Dalton Castle and Colt Cabana, that's not going to compare to, Gargano and Ciampa in a Hell in a Cell match.
If they don't have the Elite, we should get like an Okada Tanahashi main event at the Garden.
Yeah, not some throwaway fucking tag team match where, oh my god, it's Chaos and LIJ and a 10-man tag where they're gonna walk their way through it and yeah.
That would be a piss break of a match.
I mean, it would be good, but it'd be like, yay!
We haven't seen this before.
Okay, hey, cool. They can do quick tags and yeah, like the only guys, and I'm not. This is gonna open up a can of worms because it opened up a can of worms when Kenny Omega said it. But like the only Japanese wrestler that I've really seen work, in my opinion, have as good a matches in the States as he does in Japan was Okada. Not only his triple threat, the Hammerstein against Elgin and Styles for the IWGP title, but All In. Okada puts his working boots on no matter what, but look at the New Japan shows in America.
They're not that great.
No, they are the epitome of average, and
but their shows in Japan are incredible.
I feel like, and it may not be true, but I feel like the Japanese talent just, one, they're not given as big of a platform to shine, and two, it's just kind of like, whatever,
Some of them are not happy with the expansion to North America, so it's like, we're here because we have to be.
Yeah.
It's our job.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and I've also, like, but when I went to, Naito and saw him locally, he brought it, and his match against AR Fox was a really good match,
Because he's Naito and he's great.
Yes, but at New Japan, like, all the American matches, or all the American New Japan shows, like, and granted, part of them is because Naito's been in throwaway tag matches.
I don't think he's had too many singles matches at the U.S. shows.
He was like, he was in the U.S. title tournament, and that was it.
That was it, yeah. I think he lasted one match.
Yeah. I was at 3 U.S. shows, only one was just okay. Yeah, I know. And they've all been like one-match cards, in my opinion. The only New Japan show that really had more than just one good match on it to me was the one with Cody versus Omega.
Firing Squad.
Yeah, Firing Squad, but then like Juice and Jay White had a really good match, and then unfortunately Hiromu, he got hurt, but he had a tremendous match with Dragon Lee, but that was it,
Yeah. Poor Hiromu.
I'm sad. I'm very, very sad. I hope that rumors about him having to retire are not true.
If he has to retire, I can see him going to the LA Dojo with Shibata.
Yes.
He'd be a great trainer for the junior and heavyweights out there.
But, like, all the other shows have just been, like, whatever,
Just earning a paycheck.
Yeah. And, I don't know how to judge it because, I just don't know. But all I'm saying is without the Elite, if the track record of Ring of Honor shows and New Japan shows in the United States continues, we're going to have the Ring of Honor roster who, as great as some of the wrestlers are, they can't compete with the NXT roster. They just cannot.
Maybe leaving leaves a big hole in both rosters.
And part of that's Ring of Honor's fault because they refuse to push anybody else other than the fucking Elite. Nobody on that roster feels as big as the Elite.
No.
And that's Ring of Honor's fault.
It's totally their fault,
G1 Night 1 was epic, strong time long time. Lionsburg was just okay, and only yeah, I mean, but at the Garden, I can honestly see, just being like the very, very depleted Ring of Honor roster, but then like, oh hey, here's some New Japan guys, so you can think you're getting a good show, but really they're gonna have okay matches, but then, over at the Barclays Center, you're gonna see maybe the show of the year. That's kind of my
And
issue.
it will be worth it if Kota Ibushi dives off the balcony. Which will happen. He's probably scouting the garden for that right now.
I love Kota, but without Kenny Omega, Kota doesn't really have as much relevancy to me. And that's not a knock on his talent or nothing. I'm just saying, like, he's kind of like he's kind of like a Roderick Strong and Dolph Ziggler to me, where I love his talent, but he's just not my guy unless he's with Kenny. When he's with Kenny, like, my interest is here. When he's on his own, I'm just kind of like, Kota's neat, you know.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, Kota's cool.
I'm still jealous you got to meet him in StarCast and I didn't, so.
Yeah, well, Kota was, icing on the cake. I bought that for Kenny. And again, like, I feel bad because it feels like, it makes it seem like I don't like Kota. I do like Kota. He's in my top 10 New Japan guys, but he's just...
He's not your favorite.
He's not, no. I'd say New Japan guys either Kenny or Naito number 1, then Tana, Hiromu, and then Suzuki.
And who?
Suzuki.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Murder Grandpa.
And then Liger will be on there because Liger's one of my favorite all-time wrestlers. So, I said Liger's on that list too, despite him being old and, everything, because Liger's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah. He's still great, though.
Oh, yeah. And I say that with my Kota Ibushi autograph picture, like, in plain view. He's really good to me, but the other ones are great,
They're more exciting.
Yes. And like, even with Suzuki, like, I know he's not, like, his best days in the ring are behind him, but...
He's still so entertaining.
Yeah, and it's just, it's the character, and I wouldn't be against Suzuki getting an IWGP title reign. I wouldn't at all.
I would be fine with that. If Kenny leaves, I'd be fine with Suzuki as champion.
I wouldn't, I'm hopefully at least Kenny is still there and they do something. Hopefully they pull a big rabbit out of the hat, but if it's anything like the past few shows, WrestleMania weekend, at least last year's show, as good as Kenny and Cody was, it couldn't compete with TakeOver.
No. I think it's hard to compete with TakeOver shows, though.
Oh, no. You would think that Ring of Honor would know this and New Japan would know this, but it's just like, no, they don't. I have a gut feeling now that unless the Elite are there, we're going to get...
a mediocre show.
Very mediocre. It looks very mediocre at this point. And the New Japan stars that will be there, with the exception of Okada, who puts his working boots on at every event he's at, I don't want to say they're going to coast, but they're going to coast on the fact that...
It's not going to be as exciting as it would if the Elite were there.
Oh, well, no, it wouldn't be as exciting as if we're watching New Japan in Japan. They're gonna be there and be like, look at us, we're Suzuki-gun. I don't know if they're even all the Suzuki-gun will be there. Look at me, I'm here, I'm a New Japan guy, and I'm gonna have a good little match that's still gonna be probably better than your average run-of-the-mill match in the WWE, but, however many miles away Barclays Center's gonna be, we're gonna have Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano do something fucking crazy. I
want them to have, like, a last man standing match.
I think that the only way that I think they're going to have the first NXT Hell in a Cell there.
Oh.
And that be the end of Gargano versus Ciampa.
With Gargano finally getting the title, hopefully.
Hopefully.
He deserves it so much.
Oh, yes. Takahashi, yeah. I love Hiromu.
Everybody loves Hiromu.
I love Hiromu, and he had to give up his best friend, Mr. Belt, and that makes me sad.
Well, he's got Daryl.
He's got Mr. Trophy still.
Mr. Trophy, he has Daryl.
Mm-hmm. My favorite JR line is Hiromu Takahashi is carrying a stuffed cat to the ring and I don't know why. Perhaps I should.
Takahashi.
Perhaps I should.
But at least JR got his name right there, yeah.
Yeah. And then the next year he was just getting all the Daryl facts. Like, are you happy? I know who Daryl is now.
I would just be happy if JR learned how to pronounce Marty Skrull.
I'm guilty of that too, so.
Yeah, he calls him Marty Skrull, but you're not a professional broadcaster who's been around for, like, I don't know how many years?
True.
Yeah,
True.
as long as any of us have been watching wrestling.
So. Yeah.
I was reading something yesterday that, Kevin Kelly and Don Callis are going to be doing some of the Access New Japan shows now.
Cool.
So good, commentators that will get the name right.
I don't mind. The thing with that whole thing is JR doing New Japan should be the greatest thing ever because
JR's the best.
JR is awesome. But it just feels like something's missing. It's like I don't want to say his passion's gone, but like there's something missing from JR now when it comes to his commentary, and I don't understand why. So, it's just...
It's sad.
You know, it is what it is. But I'm hoping they still get to work the Garden. I'm hoping that this... The way I feel that this AEW, if it happens, should go is it needs to be...
And the thing what I heard also, AEW wouldn't start until 2020. So
Yeah.
next year, if they don't sign with Ring of Honor or New Japan, they'd be freelancers, they can work wherever they want, and they could still do the Garden show.
Yeah.
They work out a deal where they do a few dates for Ring of Honor, because Ring of Honor still needs those guys.
Yeah.
Until they can build up some more stars, they need the elite.
Well, what I'm thinking is, like All In had, I don't know how friendly the relationship with ROH and Impact is. I know, like, they can work together, but they're not going to co-promote because they, one is they're on completely different networks and.
Yeah.
But you saw it All In, you saw Ring of Honor talent mixing it up with Impact talent, so...
New Japan talent.
And I don't know how the political side of all this is going to work. I'm not there. Especially with New Japan.
We'd love to know.
Yeah, especially with New Japan. JR needs the King, too. I could live without the King. I like Jay Lawler, and I respect all his contributions to wrestling, but I could live without the King commentating from...
Yeah.
For...
Talking about puppies.
Well... It's probably going to make me lose some subscribers. Point blank, I didn't mind that, in my younger days in the early part of the millennium, but,
Point of view, at least I wasn't looking at the puppies.
Oh, yeah. I get, like, in this day and age, puppies are, you don't talk about the puppies, but 10, 11-year-old athletic geek was unfortunately about the puppies. So, yeah, it's just... That's life. Just letting you know. So unsubscribe if you wish.
I can't comment because of things I say about certain wrestlers now. I'm not going to say any more than that. You probably know. This
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a good thing you weren't sitting next to me when I saw Kenny Omega a couple weeks ago.
I feel like there's a story here, and I think it's time to...
Look, I'm just going to say that I was sitting right by the entrance, right next to the ramp, right on the rail, and Kenny and Phoenix were wrestling right in front of me, and Kenny Omega was wearing the tightest pants I've ever seen a man wear ever. All I'm going to say. That was great, though. Kenny versus Phoenix is actually a match of the year contender. It was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I've yet to watch that on my High Spots app, but...
Yeah, definitely check out. It's a great match.
But... This is the ADDest of the... We're just winging it tonight because there's nothing really to talk about from WWE because it's just... Except for Daniel Bryan on SmackDown, I really enjoyed his interview about the new Daniel Bryan. I thought that was good.
See, there's nothing to talk about in WWE because the man isn't there.
The man is not there.
There's no.
The man.
We don't have the man because Nia Jax is dangerous.
Now, this is my question. If Becky ever wants to, like, in a relationship with me, am I the woman then?
Yes.
Damn!
Sorry.
Jack!
But you'd be in a relationship with Becky Lynch, so...
Oh, yeah. I would get over it pretty quickly.
Yeah. You'd be the most over guy on
I would, yeah.
recap shows.
Yeah. I wouldn't have to worry about I wouldn't have to worry about my YouTube being how it is. It would, the quality would jump up immensely. But, yeah. Yeah, she's not being there. I'm not really a huge... I need to get back to my original point. That's the alcohol and the winging it and the no form that just...
No, we didn't really discuss anything.
We're just saying fuck it because that's what WWE said. They said fuck it this week. I feel like AEW needs to be kind of like... I don't know how to do their TV, but I feel like their major shows should be kind of like... Work out what you need to work out with the powers that be of like, okay, what kind of dream matches can we promote? What kind of ROH versus Impact, or New Japan versus AAA, or, what kind of things can we do to differentiate AEW from the rest of wrestling?
Yes, Golden Lovers versus Lucha Brothers?
Yes. Talk about Shane McMahon. He's the best in the world.
Sorry, Kenny Omega. That's the best.
I was going to say Tetsuya Naito. But if you even want to go WWE, it's AJ or Bryan or Becky. Or even Seth.
Seth. Yeah, I would still go with Becky for the best in WWE right now.
All around, yes. All around, yes.
Becky has been roasting everyone on Twitter, but that would take several hours. Because Becky's even got Chris Jericho now.
Jericho, it's funny story. Jericho kind of got her back. It was a little lame, but Jericho did hit her with a decent one back. But that's not.
It was better than any of Ronda Rousey's comebacks.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't mind Rousey. I know a lot of people don't like her, but I don't mind Rousey.
I just don't like when somebody comes into the company and gets pushed, ahead of people that work there.
I get that, but I also, unlike other people, I try to understand, like, as much as I don't like them catering to the casual fan, I get that you need to get that market. So I get...
They don't care about us, like you and me as fans.
Right. But I mean, like, you can't alienate either one of them. Even All In had Rey Mysterio on the card to cater to the casuals. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cody Rhodes was still a big part of it. That somebody who doesn't follow New Japan or doesn't follow Ring of Honor would go, oh, that's what happened to Cody Rhodes? Okay. So there is still a market to that. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's still part of the marketing. You can't just completely alienate that section of your audience. And I like, at least, unlike Brock, Ronda has passion for wrestling. So...
I just feel like she should have worked a little bit harder to get where she thought how she was wanting special treatment, but you're getting special treatment anyway.
Yeah, I mean... I don't think... I feel like she does have enough of a name that her being undefeated doesn't bother me. No. Sorry, not sorry. It doesn't bother me that Ronda Rousey has not eaten a loss in the WWE. Build her up like she's a big fucking deal. She was a UFC World's Champion. But, should she be the champion right now? No. I don't think so. I think that I would have liked it better if they would have built to Ronda and Becky or Ronda and Asuka, but Asuka, the blooms off the rose with Asuka, and it sucks. But I was thinking like Asuka and Ronda could have main evented WrestleMania last year, but you know.
Oh, that would have been a great main event.
But now I feel like, you know, Ronda shouldn't have been the champion. She should have gone out, especially now seeing how Becky's done things. She should be going after Becky.
You know, they're trying to make Charlotte do Becky. Well, Becky is out.
Charlotte, I feel like I like Charlotte a lot, and I remember a friend of mine asked, like, who do you think could be, like, the face of each division in the WWE? Looking at it from all angles, and I said, from the men's division, you know, from men, it could be Rollins and AJ. And then from the women's, I said Charlotte and Ronda. That was before Becky really hit her stride, but the reason I said Charlotte is because she has that pedigree. You put her on Good Morning America to where, like, my grandparents would watch it, they'd go like, oh, I didn't know Ric Flair's daughter wrestled. But character-wise, she just doesn't have it. Like Becky. She's got it, but just Charlotte can't main event WrestleMania. Becky can.
No. Oh, Becky absolutely can, and I hope she gets the chance.
I hope she gets the chance if it's got the right opponent. I don't want it to be Charlotte and Becky for just no reason. If that's the most worthy match, absolutely, but I don't want that. I don't want them to just put a women's on match so they can go, hey, we put a women's match on last. I want the women's match to be worthy of that main event spot.
It has to be like Ronda versus Becky.
Ronda versus Becky. Something like that, you know, like, don't put a women's match that won't live up to the hype on last. Especially if they got to compete with, like, other really, really good matches on the card just so you can go, well, but we put the match on last. No, that's not as good in the long run because then you're going to have everybody going like, oh, they put Sasha and Bayley on last and it stunk, like, you know, we were exhausted after seeing AJ and Bryan, or we were exhausted after seeing, you know, Ambrose and Rollins, and then they put this women's match on and the two girls tried their best, but we were tired. You know, that's going to be counterproductive to everything.
They should make the show a little bit shorter, so maybe by the end of it, people aren't exhausted. They can enjoy the main event.
On the flip side of things, you know, they just need to pace it better. I feel like you can have a lot, like, All In was a long show, but the matches, like, were given appropriate time to where we could build up, you know. I was exhausted after, you know, Aldis and Cody, and then yet, by the time Skrull and Okada fired me back up, Pentagon and Kenny fired me up. The only time I was exhausted was the main event where I'm like, I'm just gonna sit and enjoy this. I can't. I'm done with the cheering. You know.
I had no voice before Kenny's match.
I had no voice. I just kept going.
Yeah, it didn't stop me. I was sitting there by midway through the show thinking, oh man, my voice is gone and Kenny's match hasn't happened yet. And I just kept screaming. You heard me the day after all.
Yeah, well, you heard, we all talked after the day after All In. If you want a good laugh, go back and watch the All In episode of this show. And listen to me talk like this.
Well, remember you and me were trying to whoop after All In and none of us could do it for like a week.
Yep. Carmella versus Becky for the title. Eric, shut your whore mouth.
Who's the
Go back to your whore home on Whore Island.
Wait, who versus Becky for the title?
Carmella. And I like Carmella. She entertained me in a few with Asuka. She just shouldn't have won.
I'm sorry, I'm not a Carmella fan. I think she's terrible.
Iconics versus Charlotte every week till the Rumble. No, you.
Iconics versus Charlotte for what?
Every week till the Rumble. That's what Eric's saying in the chat. There's a beer belch again.
How drunk are you right now?
I'm not drunk at all. I could operate heavy machinery right now. I'm just belching more.
I like how we didn't even talk about Survivor Series or Raw or anything.
There's nothing to fucking goddamn talk about, and I shouldn't have dropped.
They were garbage.
I shouldn't have dropped The GD word, I normally don't do that, but it's the truth.
The what word?
The GD word. I try to avoid doing things like that.
Okay, gotcha. It was just terrible. It was. I tried to watch it. I couldn't get through it.
And I will say that Charlotte's beatdown of Ronda was awesome. I'm not really on board with Charlotte being a villainess right now, but I guess they need to fill the man's void. And Bryan versus Lesnar was good, and that match goes to prove when Brock Lesnar wants to fucking wrestle and is actually like, hey, I'm interested in wrestling. This excites me about pro wrestling. Brock's one of the best in the world. I don't like Brock. I don't like Brock personally. But look at AJ, look at Bryan. When Brock is excited about wrestling, Brock's the total fucking package. The thing is, he just doesn't get excited about wrestling.
They got throw some more zeros on his paycheck for him to get excited.
Yes, that's not wrong, but I mean, like last year, looked like he wanted to wrestle AJ. He wanted to make AJ look good, and
everybody wants to wrestle AJ because he's great. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, but I mean, look at how good that match is. I think it was, and y'all can come at me, I think it was better than 2 of the 3 Okada Omega matches.
I'm going to have to choke you for that one.
I said 2 of the 3. I didn't say all of them.
No. Nothing is better than the Omega Okada matches.
Agreed. I still to this day think that Undertaker and Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 25 is better than all of them. I think they are. I think this is my problem with Omega Okada matches.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Here, gonna get real heated here. The Wrestle Kingdom 11 one was hyped up way too much before I saw it. That it was impossible to live up to.
See, for me, that one I enjoyed because I had only started watching New Japan a few months earlier. I didn't know that one. I'd never seen the Wrestle Kingdom before. So for me, even though Kenny lost, it was still a very exciting match. And
I really want to see
the
the
it broke my heart with that freaking time limit draw ending.
Now, see, that's the best one. That is the one that Lesnar AJ couldn't live up to me. That was my, because to me that told... And I think the one from the G1 last year was just... It wasn't anything. That was Dave saying this match is a bunch of stars because I'm Dave Meltzer and I can say that's a bunch of stars and it's in Japan and whoop-de-whoop. That match was just like a really, really good match. That is that, you're going to put that one above, which that leads to a whole other debate, but...
You got to give Kenny a win and get them even so they have 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 draw against each other.
And it was a great match. It was a great match, but it wasn't even in my top 10 last year. That match to me is the epitome of overrated. Now, just because something's overrated doesn't mean I dislike it or that it's bad. It means that it's overhyped. Throw a sports analogy out there. I'm about as big a Peyton Manning fan as you'll ever see. He's overrated because people think he's the greatest of all time, and he's clearly not.
Yeah, it's Joe Montana. Sorry.
Yeah. But that's just, that doesn't mean I dislike Peyton Manning. It doesn't mean he's not worthy of a lot of praise. That's just how it is. That's how I felt about at least the G1 Okada and Kenny. We'll take another Mania match versus Shawn. You know what? I wouldn't complain about because Shawn Michaels is my all-time favorite wrestler and I've never seen Shawn Michaels wrestle live. So now that I'm going to fucking WrestleMania, if he's out there and I at least get to experience that one time, sure. I don't give a fuck because I've never seen... I bought tickets to Elimination Chamber 2010 hoping he would wrestle there and he didn't. And it made me sad.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's I'd rather him not wrestle Taker. I'd rather him wrestle Bryan or AJ or Adam Cole or Seth Rollins or Ambrose or Samoa Joe or any of these people. But if I can see Shawn wrestle one fucking time, A-okay in my book.
Shawn versus AJ too, or Brian. Those would be great matches.
Oh yeah. Shawn versus AJ has been my dream match since the first time I saw AJ.
That's a lot of people's dream match.
But the Wrestle Kingdom match was way too hyped, to where it was just like it can't live up to this hype. You know, you have Dave Meltzer saying, you know, it broke my system. It's the greatest wrestling match of all time. And I saw it and I went,
said that about how many more matches, especially Omega Okada.
Dave Meltzer breaking his rating system for them has rendered his rating system useless, my opinion.
Yeah, but people still take a lot of stock in what he says in his ratings.
It was him breaking the system and him giving 5 stars to Omega Jericho. You can tell me that, you know, that you disagree with my assessment of Taker and Shawn being better than the Omega Okada matches or anything, and I'm not going to get, like, angry about that. But if you're going to sit here and tell me, objectively speaking, that Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho was better than either one of the Shawn Taker matches at WrestleMania, I'm sorry, you're on crack.
Oh, definitely. That match was good.
That match was great. It's a testament to how great Jericho is, but it's not 5 stars.
No, that's 4, maybe.
You know, and I get, and again, it's a subjective rating system. Dave likes what he likes. Dave likes New Japan and NXT, and Dave doesn't like WWE, so he's gonna be a little more critical of WWE because he doesn't like it. It's similar to how movie critics, they don't like DC, they like Marvel. So they're going to be critical of Marvel, or critical of DC, because they're like, fuck them guys. But Marvel...
But some of the DC movies are terrible. You have to admit that.
The only one that I don't like of DC, really, is Suicide Squad.
I avoided that one.
I didn't like it, and it's still like it was fun, but you gotta turn your brain off. I think that a lot of DC movies, a lot of people went in there going, I want to hate this because it's not Marvel. I'm going to sit here with a bad attitude and hate it. Oh, see that? Superman's just dumb. And there's Ben Affleck, and he's just bad. So, yeah, this movie's terrible. I don't like it. Like...
But Ben Affleck is terrible.
Ben Affleck is Eli Manning. And I say that meaning he's not good, but when it comes to being Batman, he's fucking awesome. Eli Manning's a terrible quarterback, but you put him in the Super Bowl and holy shit, magic happens.
Except against the Seahawks.
I have several questions. How did the Seahawks and the Giants play in Super Bowl?
Wait, he said Eli. I didn't mean Peyton. I'm sorry. I got confused.
Yeah.
I'm half asleep here,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I confuse Peyton and Eli all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's, that's my... Ben Affleck is not a great actor, but for the Frank Miller Batman they wanted, he's the fucking best. The Frank Miller, grizzled, his last fuck has been given kind of Batman, he's perfect.
Ben Affleck is the actor I watch when I can't sleep. And if I need to get sleep, I put on a Ben Affleck movie about 5-10 minutes, I'm out.
It's good. I just said he was a good Batman, and I think he was better than Christian Bale, and y'all can direct your hate mail here.
Oh, no, those are fighting words.
I don't like the cancer voice. I have throat cancer voice. I don't like that. That's what screwed up. I shouldn't say screwed up, but like that's the one thing that like kind of made me go like, about Christian Bale's Batman is like, I didn't like that.
Was everything in The Dark Knight Rises because that movie was garbage?
I disagree on that. I thought it was a decent movie. It was the weakest of the trilogy, but I enjoyed it a lot.
No, I'll watch Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and then I kind of just forget Dark Knight Rises happened.
To me, the big... Honestly, you want to know a movie that I thought was garbage?
What?
Avengers 2.
Yeah.
You want to know the one that I really think is garbage and everybody loves? And this is kind of like where my like disdain for like... And I like Marvel Comics. I mean, I have like a whole wall dedicated to Marvel in the other room.
Alright, which Marvel movie is garbage?
Iron Man 3. That is complete dog shit.
I hate Iron Man 3.
But here's, like, this is why, like, I feel, and we're not even talking fucking wrestling here.
Yeah, because there's nothing to talk
There's nothing to talk about.
WWE sucks.
With Rollins so you get hurt. Hey, now stop that on Seth Rollins. I like Seth Rollins. Well, Eric's in the chat saying wrestle Rollins so he can get hurt into retirement. And once again, I'm going to say you can go back to your whore home on Whore Island. The fact that Iron Man 3 among critics and some fans is considered this masterpiece masterclass. Yet you'll shit on Batman vs Superman, but you're gonna say that Iron Man 3 is this, beautiful movie because, oh my god, RDJ, oh my god, Tony Stark. Like, no, that movie was crap.
It sucked.
That movie was crap. Avengers 2 is the epitome of average. If you're going to say that Batman vs. Superman and Justice League sucked, then you better be telling me that Avengers 2 sucked too. If you're going to say that that's a good movie, or you're at least going to say that it's an okay movie, then you better cut Justice League and Batman vs. Superman a little slack. That's all I'm saying.
I know a lot of people on the internet were complaining and said, oh no, we didn't get Black Widow and Hawkeye in a relationship.
I do miss Hawkeye because I like Hawkeye, but that's the
I do. I love Hawkeye. I feel like he's that underrated, Avenger that gets no love.
And his solo book, like from years ago, was amazing.
Yeah, I think they could do so much more with the character, and Jeremy Renner's so great. They could do a lot. They could make a Hawkeye Black Widow movie. It'd be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And I would. First in line to go see it because I love Black Widow.
I don't like Black Widow, but like I don't hate her. Like I don't like mind Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. I just don't. I don't from the character perspective. I don't trust her. Therefore, I don't like her.
Okay. I think in the movies maybe you could trust her a little bit more.
I've seen her turn on the Avengers too many times in the comic books. I'm just like, when's this bitch gonna hurt her friends?
She doesn't have many friends left to hurt now, though.
Yeah, they all did.
I don't want to talk about Infinity War.
Oh, did you see the meme I shared once?
Which one?
Hold on, I got your battery is low. Well. On this brand new computer, I'm finally running out the battery. The meme of, like what is it? Spider-Man does whatever Spider can. Everything's going dark. I don't feel good, Mr. Spark. Oh no, there goes the Spider-Man.
You gotta share that with me. That's great.
It was so long ago. I have to find it again. But yeah.
Oh man, it's hysterical.
Here's another thing. Like, I don't think the new Spider-Man movie was all that fucking wonderful.
Which one? Homecoming?
Yes.
I sat there listening to teenagers do teenager things for 2 hours, and I wanted to put my head through a wall.
I think that the kid playing Spider-Man was good. I thought Michael Keaton was good. I thought everything else about it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Like, they did such a good job that it was a decent movie on their own backs. They were Peyton Manning and that they carried crap to greatness. Because that is one thing that Peyton Manning did with the Colts. He carried a bunch of, a crappy defense to the Super Bowl a couple times, but that's about it. Oh, this show's going off the rails because it's just nothing to fucking talk about.
I know.
There's like either there's like not enough information to really save judgment, or it's just kind of like, oh, that was swell, or oh, that sucked.
I think we can just sum up Survivor Series with it sucked, Raw sucked, SmackDown without Becky Lynch sucks.
That was okay, because it had Bryan. The new Daniel Bryan. The new Daniel Bryan!
The only highlight of the show.
I don't want to say that it sucked because I feel like it takes away from Brian.
No, I said he's good, but some of the stuff on the show, like,
Oh yeah, you're not wrong. But
it needs the man. We need the man back soon, but we don't know when the man is coming back.
when the man comes around, that's when. Nice Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash reference right there.
Well, that's always a great reference to make.
Oh yeah, I love Johnny Cash.
All the country singer I can tolerate.
Not far away from Meg. I can tolerate a couple more old school ones from his cloth, but yeah, just I mean the thing that disappoints me is they're already doing Brian and AJ, you know, at TLC, and it's like, no, save that fucking shit for Mania. You know, the one that turned the rumor and innuendo says they're turning Miz into a hero, and that's gonna be crap because the Miz can't do that.
Do hero. He's like Miz is like the natural bad guy. He's so good at pissing everyone off.
And he does it in the right way. Like, I don't want to turn the channel because the Miz is on. I just want to see him get his ass whipped.
It's like, oh, the Miz is on. I'm changing the channel now.
He doesn't have, you know, the go away feeling. He has the I want you to lose feeling.
It's like, I want somebody to, like, you know, injure you, take you out for a few, so I don't have to listen to you. I know that's terrible.
The views of the lunatic do not express the views of the geek.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite moments of SmackDown was right after AJ Styles debuted his very first episode of SmackDown. He had a match with the Miz, kicked Miz in the mouth, and knocked one of his teeth. Like you could see his tooth flying through the ring.
I remember that.
That was hilarious. So I kind of need to kick his teeth in again.
How come Nakamura low blows didn't hurt AJ, but Brian's did? This is my question. How come AJ didn't think, oh shit, been kicked in the balls a bunch, might want to invest in one of them gimmicks called a cup?
I think AJ should be wearing that after Nakamura low blowed him.
Mm-hmm. Like, I thought that was going to be part of the match, just eventually, like, you know, Nakamura does the low blow and he acts like Nakamura taunts and he pulls out a cup and...
Well, you know, the shots to AJ's nuts go back pretty far. Remember Ambrose bouncing him on the ropes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a good thing AJ's wife, well, hopefully they're not having kids, because if they were, like the hell.
Well, they're Samoa Joe's the real dad, remember?
Oh, that's right. He's the real dad. That the daughter we saw at SummerSlam kind of looks more like AJ than Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a train wreck. It's a train wreck, and we can't look away.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I run a YouTube channel. I'm also, and I've said this before, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't want to hate on WWE for the sake. I don't want to be one of those New Japan fans or those internet fans who hates on WWE for just the sake of hating on WWE. But they're making it very, very easy in the last couple months to hate on them.
Yeah. I feel like they've gotten all the money for these TV deals now, and they're just phoning it in every week.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully this WrestleMania that I'm going to go to will leave me going, hey, I crossed that off my bucket list, and it was actually a good show, rather than me going, eh.
I crossed it off my bucket list, and it was garbage.
Yeah. But that is time we're gonna, because the brand new laptop, you know, check it, you know, maybe we'll up the production values of some of these other videos.
Well, maybe if you plug in your laptop while you're doing the show.
Yeah, you're supposed to let it, I heard you're supposed to let it go dead the first time.
Oh, okay. I didn't do that with my laptop. Oops.
I heard that. Now, that may have just been like the thing, like, if you microwave your phone, your Pokemon Go eggs will hatch quicker. But it may be bad advice, but I remember, like, my buddy even saying, like, yeah, let it go dead and then let it get a full charge, and then it'll...
Yeah, I remember seeing a meme go around. I think it was when iPhone 7 came out. There was a meme going, they put your iPhone in the microwave, it'll charge faster, so people actually did it, and their iPhones blew up.
Some people are dumb. Some people are
I
dumb.
laughed at it.
But maybe I'm done letting my battery die, so...
I put it in my microwave for 5 minutes, and it blew up.
Blew the
Go
fuck
back
up.
to Apple Net and see if they give you a new phone.
Yeah. This has been a very, very fun, but a very, very just... We just said fuck it with the show because WWE said fuck it with Survivor Series.
That was our inspiration for the show.
This is our inspiration.
This attitude of, we don't care. We're doing whatever we want.
We're doing crap.
We were still more entertaining.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But guess I should actually be a shill and somewhat keep this thing on the rails. That is it for us this week. If you enjoyed, yeah, we're off the rail. We're gonna try and get back on there. We're like the drunk who's still trying. We're like Homer Simpson, you know, trying to put together the barbecue. Going, no, it's still good. It's still good. If you enjoy this video, please give me a like, share, subscribe. Go follow me on Twitter at athletic_geek89. I got tons of other videos from the world of everything. Gaming, comics, all things geek culture. And go like the Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeek89. Go follow her on Twitter at lunaticbaby. And for the lunatic, I am the geek, the athletic geek. We're just two marks, and we don't give a fuck. Later.
Goodbye and good night.
Bang!